Hi students, welcome. So this is our video number 41. Okay, in this video we are continuing the topic web technology. So in the previous video we already learned the different communications on web. So in this video we are going to discuss a new topic called web server technologies. Okay, what is that? Web server technologies. Okay, so that is our learning objective. That we are going to discuss the web technology or different web server technologies, and also we are going to discuss the term called data center and DNS. Okay, so these three terms we are going to discuss here: web server technologies, data center, and one more is the DNS. And also we are going to discuss different DNS port number. Okay, so can we start? Yes. So we already know, suppose you want to check your result, +1 result, then definitely you can log into any of the website like result.nic.in, otherwise dhse.kerala.gov.in. Suppose we are dealing with, suppose you want to interact with dhse.gov.in, suppose we are accessing that website. Then when we are accessing that website, the web server means DHC web server. There will be a central computer or server computer that store all the information relating to DHC. Your mark details, and then all the different sections, how many boys are there, how many girls are there, then different years, register number, passing percentage, everything will be available in DHC web server. So with the help of DHC web server, we are getting the result as a page format or web page format or as a Excel file format, whatever it is, we are getting the response from DHC website. Okay, so that we already know how we are interacting with the website. So DHC means actually it is a web server. Web server means the main computer that store all the important informations. Okay, so when we are getting a web page mean a sample web page or a copy of web page is transferring to our computer. It may be your mobile phone or computer. DHC web server is passing a copy of a web page to our computer or mobile phone. Okay, so that is taking place with the help of communication. That means we are interacting or we are using the concept client to web server communication. So we know the term web server. So next one, what does mean by a web server or how we are establishing a web server? For fast data transfer and also high processing speed is must for web server, because if we are requesting for a web page, that web page you want to get immediately after the request. Okay, that means the data transmission rate will be very high. That means in seconds you want to get the response. Then only the data communication is taking place. If we are getting data response after some time, then it will reduce the data transfer rate. Okay, so when we are getting or when we are requesting for a web page, definitely immediately after the request, definitely you want to get the response from web server. So the first point is the web server should have a high processing speed. Okay, web server should have a high processing speed and also backup procedure. Definitely it requires huge amount of memory space for storing all the information. Normally so many databases will be available. So it requires a huge amount of memory space for storing different databases and also for storing information. So all these are must for a web server. So next we will discuss how we are establishing a web server or how we are establishing a web server. I already mentioned the requirements for a web page. It requires high processing speed, backup, memory, everything. Okay, it requires everything. It may be a single computer or a group of computers work together will be formed as web server. So normally to ensure all these properties of web server, normally web server we are creating with the help of data centers, or web servers are always installing in data centers. Then next one, what does mean by data centers? Data center means actually it is a physical location that contains so many computers. Okay, data centers means collection of data. So in data center is a physical location where all these amount of data are stored. And also in data center we are dealing with huge amount of data. So definitely air condition is must. So when we are processing, it will emit heat. So reduce this heat, that air conditioners must. Okay, air conditioners must, and also it require high amount of data space. Data space means backup, memory power, processing speed, whatever it is, everything it requires. So normally for providing the better working of web server, we are always installing web server in data centers. Okay, we are always installing web servers in data centers. That is a speciality of data centers. So it is a physical location where we can store huge amount of data and all. Then once we generated a web server, next procedure is you want to install web server program into that particular computer. Once you finalize, next is what will be the next step? You want to store or you want to install web server software in that particular web server. So next we will discuss, okay, let us see what are the commonly used web server softwares. Popular server operating system include various Linux distribution, Red Hat, OpenSUSE, then Debian, Ubuntu, etc. Then Microsoft Windows based server operating systems are Microsoft Windows and also FreeBSD, Oracle, Solaris, etc. So these are the most commonly used server operating system. Then with the help of this we can set up a server. Web server software is installed and configured according to our usage. Okay, once the server operating system is installed, with the help of server operating system, next procedure is we are installing server software. Okay, server software to that particular system. Server software means some cases if we are dealing with marketing or any other thing, then according to that software is required. Otherwise, if we are dealing with school management or whatever it is, then so many databases are required. So according to the choice, we are setting up a web server. Okay, so the commonly used server operating systems I already mentioned. Then after setting up the server operating system, next install one web server software into that particular section. Okay, after that we can establish a web server with the help of data centers. Okay, with the help of data centers. So this is how we are creating a web server with the help of data centers. For data centers and also web server, processing speed must be very high. So that's why for providing the efficient data transfer, web server is providing in data centers. So we are developing web server with the help of data centers. Okay, hope you understood what are the DM. Then next one. Once we generated the web server, or once we completed the development of web server, next thing is DNS. What is the full form of DNS? Okay, in smaller classes we are studying DNS. Domain Name Service. Okay, or Domain Name System. Domain name system is used for, basically it is used for efficient IP address identification. For efficiently identify a IP address, definitely we require a medium that is known as DNS. Actually, DNS means domain name system. Okay, this we are using in web server because it is a part of web server. Okay, domain name system is a part of web server. And then web server technologies, one more web server technology is available, that is known as software ports. Software ports. Okay, one more section is the software ports. So we already know the hardware ports, VGA port, USB port. All these ports are used for connecting hardwares to our computer. Okay, with the help of port, we are attaching different hardwares to our computer. Same software ports also available. Software ports is used for connecting different software to our network or to our web server. Okay, it's entirely different. In hardware ports, just for physical, we can easily connect. Software ports mean it is used for application purpose. Okay, application purpose. So, for the better working of networking, every protocols is used different types of port numbers. Different port numbers numbers are available. So there is no physical port. So instead of physical port, we are using the numbers for representing the ports. Okay, let us discuss about the different ports number and along with their protocols. Okay, let us have a look at the picture that contain different ports number and along with their protocols and also service. Okay, what is the first one? 20 and 21. This is for FTP protocol, file transfer protocol. Second one is 22 secure shell, SSH, secure socket layer, secure socket layer. Then 25. What is 25 indicate? What is 25? 25 for SMTP protocol. SMTP protocol. Then what after SMTP? What is the next one? 53 for DNS, domain name system. Then 80 for HTTP. Then 110 for post office protocol called POP protocol, and 443 for HTTP secure or HTTP secure socket layer. Okay, so in a website, for example, suppose you want to identify the IP address. Suppose you want to identify the IP address with the help of software code. For example, look at this: http:// google.co.in google.co.in.at. Okay, google.co.in.at. So what does this HTTP indicate? It's a protocol. Google.co.in will be the domain name. Then what about this 80 indicate? 80 represent the port number. So using 80 we can represent port number. Which port number we can represent? HTTP protocol, hypertext transfer protocol. So when this 80 number when the network service provider find out this 80, that indicate it is relating to hypertext transfer protocol. So with the help of this port number we can easily find out the protocol, which service they belonging to. Okay, so for that purpose we are using software ports. So for all these we are using the term called DNS, domain name service. So domain name service means this is to identify the IP address. Okay, with the help of DNS technology they can easily resolve the IP address. Okay, they can easily resolve the IP address. So next we will discuss the steps for resolving the IP address with the help of DNS. Okay, please look at the steps. What is the first step? First step is all browsers stores the IP address of the recently visited website in its cache. Therefore, the browser first searches the local memory to whether it has an IP address of this domain. If found, the browser uses it. Okay, what does that step indicate? First, it will check the cache. Cache means the frequently visited domain names will be available. If the IP address is belonging to that, then they can easily take it from that cache. Okay, that frequently visited web page will be available in that cache. So if that web IP address is present in that cache, then we can take it. So that is the first step. Then next we will discuss the second step. What are the operations present in step 2? If it is not found in the browser cache, it checks the operating system local cache for the IP address. Okay, if it is not present in the local cache, then what will be the next step? It will check the operating system cache. If that IP address is present in operating system cache, then it will find out that from operating system IP address cache. If it is not present in local and operating system, then it requires third step. Okay, what is present in the third step? Third step, if it is not found there, it searches the DNS server for the local ISP. If it is not present in local and also in operating system cache, then it will check for the DNS system, DNS number system. If it is not present in both the local and also in operating system, it will go for the third step. Then after the third step, what will be the fourth step? In the absence of domain name in ISP's DNS server, the ISP's DNS server initiate recursive searching starting from the root server till it get the IP address. If this IP address is not present in local, operating system and also DNS cache, then only it will start finding the IP address. That means the the IP address is new, it is not belonging to any of the caches. Okay, so it is something different. So you want to find out it from root server, that means from its original server itself. Okay, then next step. Fifth step, ISPs, what is ISP? Internet Service Providers. Domain name system server returns this IP address to the browser. If it is find, then it will return the IP address. The browser connect to the web server using the IP address. Okay, once the IP address is found, then the browser will automatically connect to that particular IP address, and then we will get the information from that IP address. Okay, so this is the steps for resolving IP address by DNS server. First it will check from local cache, after that operating system, then DNS server. If it is not present in DNS server, it will check in root server. After getting information, then we can easily interact with that particular web server. Okay, this is taking place when the DNS is resolving IP address. Okay, I think the concept is clear. So this is another technology that we are using in web server technology, that is called DNS, to get easily the IP address. All of you know in DNS we are using the term called ORG. ORG stands for organization, then .edu for education website, and country code also we can give. .in stands for India. Okay, like there's so many short forms also available. With the help of these short forms, we can also identify, or IP address, domain name server can also identify the physical location of that particular IP address. So with the help of DNS, the IP address identification will be very easy. Okay, so these are the different web server technologies. Okay, so we will recollect what are the information that we gathered from this video. First one is, what is the first one? Web server, or how we are establishing a web server with the help of data centers. Then after that we learned about different operating systems, server operating systems. Then after that different software ports. Then after that we discussed about different DNS, domain, how DNS is resolving the IP address. Okay, so these points we learned from this video, and you want to write 2 questions in your notebook. Okay, first question. What are the advantages of installing web server in a data center? That is the first question. What are the advantages of installing web server in a data center? Okay, then second step, how the DNS resolve the IP address. How the DNS resolves the IP address with the help of steps. Okay, write down the steps. So these 2 questions answer you want to write in your notebook. So immediately after watching the video, you want to write the answer in your notebook. Okay. I hope you understood the concept of different web technologies. Please read your textbook. It is a theory section. Okay, so many questions will come from this. So please read your textbook thoroughly and also complete your notes. The remaining section we will discuss in the next video. Okay then, thank you.